What's up? Today we're going to talk about how to scale your dropshipping store from absolutely zero to over 6 figures a month. And the best part is I'm not even going to be spending 1 second in the ad account. I'm going to teach you how to do this the right way. And I'm not here to waste your time. Let's get started. All right, so as you can see right here, I kind of summarized what I said before. We're not going to be spending any time in an ad account today. In fact, the best way to scale is not ABO, not CBO, not Advantage Shopping Campaign, not an SPC. The best way to scale is actually having more and better winning ads at all times. And so you've probably know this or just hear this for the first time and you're asking yourself, how to make a system out of this? How to make this plannable? How do I approach this if you've never done this before? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. And I want to kind of bring a very important e-com concept closer to you, which has basically been the best way for me personally to scale. Also, brand owners that I personally know have used this method to absolutely scale their brands, which is basically moving down awareness stages. And so if you've ever had an ad creative which died out really quickly, but it actually performed for a very short period of time, and you ask yourself, why did this happen? Well, the reason for that is that your ad creative was only able to convert most aware people. Most aware people are people who already know the product, the problem they have, the solution to that. They probably even know you already. They know that they want to buy. They just need some kind of little extra discount or push, or they need to be reminded. Your creative was only able to convert a very short a very little audience size, people who already knew everything that you do. And so your creatives need to be better. They need to speak to a more wider audience. And so the next step after most aware is actually product aware. Now, product aware people are people who absolutely know their problem, know their solution, even know the product that you sell. However, they're comparing you to different competitors of yours, and you're kind of competing on your offer and your pricing. And so with this kind of, obviously there's going to be more people in this than most aware people, but this is still not the one that's going to make you unbelievably rich and a lot of money, because again, these are already people that kind of know everything. They just know a bunch of different competitors. They just trust you a little bit less than most aware people, and hence that's why this audience size works a little bit better. However, if you actually want to scale to big numbers and actually make ads that can take a very hard amount of spend and can actually convert people and run profitably for a very long time on scale, is that if you go all the way down. And so the next step after product aware people is actually going to be solution aware people. And solution aware people are people that are aware of the problem, and they're aware of that they actually need to solve that problem and how they're going to solve that problem. However, they are looking at different products. And so you're not only comparing competitors for a specific product, they're actually comparing different products to each other and kind of don't really know how exactly they're going to solve their problem. You need to put in more effort into your marketing when it comes to this audience size, because actually this is the reason why your dropshipping products die the most. Obviously there's word of mouth too, and if you have a terrible customer experience and low product quality, well then obviously no one's going to buy from you again, and word of mouth works against you, and that's also a reason why your products die quickly. However, dropshipping products also die because people aren't aware of these awareness stages, and you only speak to solution aware people. This is what usual problem solving short form ads look like. You probably know them. In the beginning, they just kind of call out a very specific problem. They just say, hey, do you have this? Or are you tired of blah, blah, right? Solution aware. These ads only speak to solution aware people. And so obviously to scale even further than that, you need to speak to even more unaware people. And then the next stage after solution aware people is actually problem aware people. Problem aware people are people that know their problem but have no idea how to solve it, right? So they have no clue how they're going to approach their solution. They have no clue if they should just see a doctor, if they should buy a product, whatever it is, right? It's just them being a very own unique pain point of not even knowing how they're going to approach. They're overwhelmed. And so with this audience size, you got to do much more marketing than actually just calling out a specific problem in your ads. You're probably going to have longer format ads. You probably might even send them to an advertorial, which looks like a blog, and then send them to your product page. You basically just do more of a funnel and put in more effort into speaking to those people. And obviously this is going to require more testing, because if you do this the wrong way, you're actually going to get super bad metrics and everything is going to look terrible. And so you need to kind of put in more effort, and you also need to be a more skilled marketer to actually be able to speak to problem-aware people. And so I definitely recommend you start getting into that. If you haven't heard from this concept, always try to move down. So on every product, before you test a product from now on, I want you to think about ad concepts and scripts for every single one of these awareness stages. And so the last one, which is completely the biggest audience size, and this is really the one which if you actually do this properly, you can scale to 8 figures, 9 figures a year. That is completely unaware people. And completely unaware people have no idea that they even have a problem. And so you need to make them problem aware. With unaware people, you have to move them up the ladder to being most aware. And by the way, completely unaware people are also people who might not convert at the first time of seeing your stuff. Even if it's a super thought through and well copyrighted funnel, they might not even convert. And so with unaware people, you kind of need a complete top of funnel traffic. Then you're gonna probably catch them with middle of funnel, and then even bottom of funnel. Just be aware that these people are also gonna need much more retargeting, right? So you're also gonna have to be very hard on email marketing. You're gonna have to be very hard on Google ads. You're gonna have to be very hard on all of these things, because with normal ad, which is 30-second long, and sending them to a product page, you're absolutely not going to get these people. But this is really what's required to scale to very big numbers. And this is kind of a very different thing than what you're used to, because normal dropshipping ads that you see and you make are kind of between 10 seconds and a minute, probably around that, right? But these ads, and you've probably seen them, are up to 30 minutes. And this is what's called direct response marketing. Direct response marketing is actually these very long format, very in-depth ads, usually also recorded by a doctor in front of the camera, and actually making a problem, actually creating a problem, creating an urge. So this has to be a whole sales process, and you really need to know what you're doing with every single word that you're saying 30 minutes long, just to be able to get these people. And you cannot send them to a product page. You have to send them to multiple pages in between. You might do a blog first, then you might do a comparison, then you might do a hair quiz. If it's a hair product, you could do a hair quiz of okay, choose your hair type, blah blah, and then from there you kind of reveal your offer. And obviously with this stuff, you're gonna have much more AOV, because the people that actually go through your funnel, right, they're gonna be so high quality qualified leads that they are gonna give you all the money you ask for them. And so this is really what it takes to make unbelievable amounts of money with e-commerce. And obviously in the beginning, you're not gonna be able to make ads like this and to actually make this kind of money. And so what I recommend you do is that you kind of remember this whole concept of awareness stages. And what you're gonna do, what I want you to do from now on is just kind of every time that you test something, really thinking through, who am I speaking to? Am I speaking to most aware people? Am I speaking to product aware people, solution aware people, blah, blah, blah. And then once you do this, you're gonna realize I really don't need a media buying scaling strategy, because if you do this the right way and make creatives the right way, everything you do is gonna work, right? A lot of people see that if they have a real winner, everything they do works, right? Every time you upload a new creative, it just works again and again and again. Duplicate, it works. They raise the budget, it works. They duplicate it into a CBO, into an ASC, into an SPC, whatever it is, it works. And so that's where you want to get at. You want to do less and less on media buying and actually do what's called Chad scaling, which is just kind of doing everything. It doesn't matter what it is, it just works because your creatives and your creative system is so powerful and so good. And so how do you do this? How do you get better at this? Well, just start. You're gonna fail, you're gonna suck. Just do this over and over again. And I promise you, after doing enough reps of this, after failing enough times, you're gonna be a killer marketer and you're gonna never have to worry about going broke for the rest of your life. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your time. I highly appreciate it, and I wish you a fantastic day.